All right, example 4. Again, we're going to take a look at the finding inverse functions graphically approach, but this one we're going to look at on our calculator and then use our tables to check that we are indeed getting inverses of each other. So if we took these two functions, f of x is x squared, and we took a look at that graph, we get our parabola. Not the greatest sketch in the world, but it should look something like that. And we do f of negative 1 of x is the square root of x, which looks like that. And then over here it said x has to be greater than or equal to 0. So we don't want our parabola to be to the left at all. So I'm going to correct this a little bit, because we only want the square root, or I'm sorry, the x squared function equal to or greater than 0. So to the right of the y-axis, which we have it there. All right, it looks pretty good. And visually, I would say it passes the test of being symmetric. And one thing we could do to prove this is take a look at our t-tables. And we can use our calculators to do this, or we can do it by hand. Let's go ahead and pick some square rooting numbers. Let's go 0. So this is for the inverse, which is the square root of x. The square root of 0 is 0. Next good number is 1. The square root of 1 is 1. Next number I'd pick is 4. The square root of 4 is 2. Then I'd pick 9. The square root of 9 is 3. Let's go ahead and take a look at the t-table for x squared. If I used the y numbers for the x numbers, just flipped them, 0, 1, 2, and 3, 0 squared is 0, 1 squared is 1, 2 squared is 4, and 3 squared is 9. So the x's and y's are flipping, the domains and ranges are flipping, and we do indeed have inverses. So 27, same type of problem we just saw before. Let's make sure we can do this algebraically and graphically. Algebraically, f of g of x is going to be cube root of 8x cubed all over 8. The cube and cube root cancel out. We're left with 8x over 8, which is x. Let's go the other way. G of f of x is going to be the cube root of 8 x cubed over 8. The 8's cancel. We have the cube root of x cubed. And cubing and cube root cancel. We are left with the x. So algebraically, it matches up. And if we were going to do this graphically, we put them on a graph and take a look. But the key here is, when we do the tables, do they flip? So let's do our tables here, and let's figure out some good numbers to use. I'm going to start with the cube root of 8x. I think 0 is a good number. 8 times 0 is 0. The cube root of 0 is 0. How about 8 times... Let's just go 8 times 8. And there, if we go to 8 times 8 is 64. And the cube root of that is 4. We could use some more values, but let's just make sure that x cubed over 8 will work for at least those two. Let's switch it around. 0 and 4, x and y. 0 cubed is 0. 0 divided by 8 is 0. 4 cubed, 4 times 4 is 16, times 4 again is 64. 64 divided by 8 is 8. They are flips, and you could verify this more by using the table function of your calculator for many more values, but they are going to be inverses of each other.